I am sitting on the sofa enjoying my team, the Baltimore Ravens, beating the Cleveland Browns 21-10, when suddenly my game changes to an urgent news alert. I hear a loud siren and beeping, then the woman reporter starts discussing a 60-mile long comet that is heading on a direct path with Earth. She urges us to leave the city, hide in basements, and to seek shelter underground as quickly as possible. She gives a dire warning that the comet is to strike in less than an hour, and the devastation could wipe out entire cities, including ours. She does not say once where exactly the comet is supposed to strike, just that the effect of impact would cause earthquakes, fires, and the largest tsunamis ever known to man. I am speechless. God, please tell me why this is a nightmare, and I will wake up. I run to the next room and scream at her to pack clothes, food, and water as quickly as she can, and that we have to leave. She asks what is wrong, and I yell louder, just do as I say. Meanwhile, I run to the closet and grab my survival bag from when I was in the army. We have to get out of here. There's no way we will survive this in this condominium on the 108th floor. I look out the window and I see the crowds of people running with panic in their eyes. I walk to the bedroom to grab my wife and kids, and she is sitting on the floor next to the bed. She is sobbing and staring blankly. She remains there when I tell her to get up and that we have to go now. She is in shock. I grab her arm and this scares Tommy and Amy, and they start crying. I tell them everything will be okay, we just have to go. Somehow we make it to the parking garage and get in the van. I honk my horn over and over and can barely drive my way through the crowd. I should care whether I am hitting anyone, but honestly only care about getting to the mountains. There is a small mining cave near my family's summer cabin. I am hoping by bunkering down in there we have a shot at surviving. It is normally a 90-minute drive, but if I speed fast enough, we may get there just in time. It all depends how I can get past the bumper traffic on the highway. I am in the zone driving as fast as I can. The radio plays warning after warning that this comet could cause the death of millions. Somehow, before I know it, I am able to finally see the mountains in the distance. The clock is ticking down like I am personally strapped to a bomb. 22 minutes. I drive the car through the grass and trees right to where I remember the mining cave is hiding behind two large pine trees. I tell Deb and the kids to grab their things and follow me as fast as they can. Spiderwebs and briars grab us, but we push through into a dark, dirty, moldy hole. Tommy yells that he can't breathe, but I tell him to take slow, deep breaths and that we have to keep going. I look at my phone, and according to my calculations, the hit should happen in 9 minutes. We hit a wall, there is no further we can go. We sit with the light of my cell phone. I ask everyone to hush and hold hands. I lead prayer. That is all we can do at this point. I ask God to keep us safe and to protect our other family and friends that I did not have a chance to say goodbye. In the middle of praying, suddenly we hear a loud boom, and rocks begin to fall from the cave. I yell for everyone to cover their heads. We start coughing because the dust is so thick. It is darker now. My wife and kids are crying. I try to turn on my cell phone, but it is dead. I fumble with my hands to find a match and some twigs to start a fire. We are okay, I tell everyone. We are okay. We are going to be fine. The cries stop and everyone hugs and we eat. I do not want us to leave the mining cave because I am too scared of what I may find outside. I think about the tsunamis and earthquakes and fires the news warned us about. I picture a giant tidal wave drowning the city, people being swept away with no chance of living or being crumbled by falling buildings. I shake my head to try and wipe away this nightmare, but it is still there. I go from a tsunami to giant fires. I hear horrible screams of my friends and family being burnt. The city is a giant ball of flames. It spreads like wildfire from building to building. Then thankfully I feel my wife's arms hugging me, and I feel comfort for a moment. I am calm despite not knowing what is next for us. She has me turn to my daughter and reassures me that I got us to safety and that we will survive whatever is going on outside of this cave. I look at Amy and she is sleeping peacefully in her sleeping bag. It is it is as if in her mind and heart nothing has happened. Tommy also lay asleep next to her. My wife encourages us to do the same. I am not sure for how long or how, but I do manage to fall asleep and wake up feeling less afraid. I decide that I need to return to the city. I am not even sure if this is possible or what I will find once I leave the cave. I tell my wife and children to stay inside and that I will not be gone longer than 3 days. They have enough food and water to be safe until I return. As I step outside the cave, I am presently surprised by what I see. There is sunlight and only a small amount of smoke in the sky. I still see grass and not a lot of destruction. My van is in the exact spot I left it. I get in and start my drive back to the city. I am not speeding like I did when we made a panic escape. I am thinking about what I will find when I get back. This fear is slowing my drive. I make my way down a dirt road and come to a crossroad. I stop for a minute, unsure of which road to take. Then I realize the roads make a cross. It is a peaceful sign from God. I know at this point it does not matter which road I choose because we will be safe no matter what I find when I get back to the city.